What's up everybody, it's Pokémon, and today I am back with another Shiny Collection update video. That's right, it's that time again. Less than 4 months after making the previous video, I've already managed to get 250 Shiny Pokemon. If you don't know how this goes by now, then you should probably check out the other videos in this series, all collected in a playlist linked in the description. But still, I'll explain. Pokemon number 201 until 250 in my collection will be showcased here, along with any story they may have. The order in which they're shown is grouped by the playthrough I caught them in, and within each group they're sorted by National Pokédex order. The first version for today might come as a bit of a surprise due to the game being almost 5 years old, but let's start with Ultra Sun. The reason I hunted for Eevee here, even after getting 3 other shiny Eevee and evolving them, is because Eevee is my absolute favorite Pokemon. It was caught with an SOS chain of 195 on a livestream I did on this channel on April 7th, after my collection has passed 200 Pokemon, but before I managed to record the showcase video. It shares that fact with 2 other Pokemon, which you'll see in the rest of the video. This is a Dusk form Lycanroc. You can tell that mostly due to its ability being Tough Claws. I hunted for it using the Masuda method and got it in 170 eggs. And last for Ultra Sun, Bruxish, a Pokemon I used to think I couldn't hunt due to Ultra Sun and Moon's fishing encounters always ranging from level 10 to the normal levels in the area, so they can have some insane move variety. But I found that just by getting a Mega Absol to a high enough level to one-shot all of them with False Swipe, I can be fine. This still took some time after that, but a shiny showed up in an SOS chain of 114. Now, I did mention that Eevee was caught during a live stream, meaning I should have a recording of it, but it was on one of the days that OBS decided to overload and mess up the video to the point where it's unwatchable. So let's just move on to the next version. Pokemon Shield is a version I actually didn't have in the previous video, and that's because I took a long break from hunting in it. I only came back to it recently to try and get all the shiny legendaries I'm missing from the Dynamax adventures. The first Pokemon I managed to get in it is Weezing, a Pokemon that I've already gotten before. And sadly, the only other one is Aurorus, a Pokemon that I've hunted for specifically with Masuda method. Since coming back to Dynamax adventures, I have not gotten a single shiny legendary, and even worse, got only duplicate shinies. So let's move on from that horrible game for shiny hunting and onto a slightly better one, Brilliant Diamond. Both the Pokemon I got in here are not that special and were just hunted for with the Pokéradar, so here's Roserade, and here's Dusknoir. That's pretty much it for this. Lastly for Gen 8, Pokemon Legends Arceus. And since I had to replay this game as well and have only done so recently, I haven't had much time to shiny hunt in it properly. So other than another guaranteed shiny Ponyta, another included in the collection by the way, I only managed to get this Cranidos in a random space-time distortion. This, along with many others in this video, are kept unevolved as I already have their evolved forms and I want to keep a bit of variety in my collection. There has been only one game released since Legends Arceus, so the last version for this video is Violet. If you can't tell from the amount of Pokemon so far, there are a lot on this version. Shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet is crazy fast, which is also the reason why I managed to get to this point so soon after the previous video. Slowking is here because I had leftover water shiny sandwich after I got a shiny from an outbreak. Water types are always grouped together so I could only run around a beach hoping to get something good. Slowpoke is anything but that, but Slowking is thankfully decent. Sneasel was similarly not hunted for and is actually a complete random encounter, meaning there wasn't any sandwich active. I was exploring Glacedo Mountain to find wild Pokemon to train and evolve another shiny that I caught just before. Sableye is the first Pokemon here that I've actually hunted for, and on stream too. Plus, it appeared about a minute after activating a sandwich for it. The only reason I haven't hunted for a Cacturne in one of my Mega Ruby playthroughs is because I don't like Dexnav hunting for any Pokemon that can't be found in tall grass. Baynet is here for a similar reason, although it wasn't actually my target when I found it. And here's Floatzel, my third shiny from this 2 Pokemon line. I found it while doing an Ice Cube outbreak after the ice sandwich I made for it already ran out, so it's a complete random encounter. I didn't even manage to get a shiny Ice Cube out of it. Krogunk and Toxicroak were found while I was on a flight back home from a vacation, and with the same sandwich as well. I was trying to get a shiny Wooper from the same area, but ended up with 2 shiny Krogunk instead. Rotom's outbreak appeared while I was outbreak resetting, hoping to get a Cloth outbreak, and was the first time I decided to take a break from the resetting. Otherwise, nothing special about it. I wanted a shiny Crocodile for a long while, but even though Sandile appears in almost every 3D game, it somehow stayed unhuntable for me. I don't like hunting in X and Y, even if it appears in the Friend Safari. In ore assets in the desert, like Cacnea, in Sun and Moon it gets access to Swagger, Embargo, and Dig, making battles against it very annoying, and Sword and Shield don't count. Vivian is one of 2 shinies I caught after recording the previous video, but before uploading it, on April 21st. It wasn't even the Pokemon I was looking for, as its shiny is not that good. Go-Goat is another shiny I've wanted for a while, but before Scarlet and Violet it was only available in X and Y. This Midnight Lycanroc was only hunted for it because I wanted a set. Palisand is a really cool shiny I wanted since it debuted, but hunting ghost types in the Alola games is a bit finicky. Mimikyu is here for pretty much the same reason. It was also hunted for using the leftover sandwich from the Rotom outbreak. While Dreadnought was a Pokemon I was debating whether I wanted as shiny, when I found a Turtle outbreak I went for it. This is also the same Pokemon I was trying to evolve when I found the shiny Sneasel. Sandaconda is an alright shiny, but it's here mostly because it's a ground-type Pokemon found in the Sato Desert where I was looking for the Sandile. Finding this shiny was the first self-experience proof that auto-battling any Pokemon you see is an effective way of finding shinies that are not immediately obvious. I've gotten this Poltergeist with the same sandwich I've gotten the Sableye with, and was the actual Pokemon I was looking for when I found the Bayonet. I've gotten this Grimmsnarl the same day the still ongoing co-distribution for a shiny Grimmsnarl started, but I've gotten this myself, as evident by the Quick Ball, the level, and most importantly, the OT. Both these Oinkologne were found in the same stream, and the same one that I've gotten the shiny Evian, meaning before I recorded the previous video. The male Oinkologne was found as a Lechonk and evolved, while the female Oinkologne was found the same way it is right now. Spidos was the Pokemon I was looking for when I found the shiny Vivian, and thus the other Pokemon that I've caught after recording the previous video, but before uploading it. Lokix is just a really cool shiny Pokemon, nothing much else. Pawmot is also a pretty cool shiny Pokemon, as are most of the Pokemon I hunt for during streams. Darkspun is not the best shiny Pokemon, but I've hunted for it anyways. Arboliva is also not the best, but here it is anyways. Knackley, Knacklestack, and Garganacl were all found with rock sandwiches I was trying to get a shiny Cloth with. That's the reason I've been trying to reset outbreaks in hopes for a Cloth one, yet I'm still unable to find it. Bellibolt is a Pokemon I failed to get as shiny during a stream, but I managed to get an outbreak for it. Brambleghast is another one of the Sato Desert's wonderful collection of shinies. Toedscruel is the last Pokemon I found in my latest stream, and Pokemon number 250 in my collection. I actually found another Pokemon the day after the stream, but after some asking around, I decided to leave it to the next video, like I did with the extras on the previous one. Let's see if you can spot it. Scovillain and Rabsca almost round out the Sato Desert collection, and are also 2 shinies of a yellow-golden color, which is something I always like. Palafin has a pretty cool shiny, but its hero form is even better. I was pretty scared of doing an outbreak of a pure water-type Pokemon due to the sandwich boosting pretty much everything around it, but it turned out alright. Revavroom is another golden shiny that I found an outbreak for. Orthworm is the Pokemon that rounds out the Asato Desert collection. This Glimmora is from my second attempt at a Glimmet outbreak. The first time I didn't know yet that there are ways to despawn the Pokemon without knocking them out. This Veluza is from an outbreak, but without any sandwich. Well, I didn't make a sandwich, it just ran out before the shiny appeared. I caught this Clodsire on stream after failing to get one when I got the 2 Krogunk. Farigiraf is a Pokemon that was on my list of shinies I wanted to get, but I wasn't actually hunting for it when I found it. This Farigiraf appeared as I was trying to clear a Cyclizar outbreak, that I once again failed to continue to actually get the shiny I was looking for. Lastly, King Gambit, which along with Farigiraf are new evolutions of Pokemon I already had a shiny of, but I wanted to get new ones for the evolutions and not evolve the ones I already had. Now, many of these Pokemon had a live reaction due to all my shiny hunting live streams, but showing you now 20 plus reaction clips at the end of the video is probably a great way to make everyone click away and not watch the rest of it. So, if you want to see any of them, you can head to the description where I'll link a community post I made that includes links to YouTube clips of my recent shiny reactions, a habit I fell into slightly before I started shiny hunting in Violet. Another way of seeing these clips is by following me on Twitter, which no rich person can convince me is called any differently. Twitter also includes clips directly off the Switch of shinies I get off stream, and pictures of all shinies I get, no matter how. And that's it, 50 new shiny Pokemon that I managed to collect. A collection of 250 Pokemon is something I'm truly taking pride in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Pokemon content. If you have subscribed, make sure to follow me on Twitter with a link in the description for updates on my channel, shiny collection, and my life in general. I post it whenever I upload a video, before I go live, and whenever I get a shiny Pokemon. So it really is the best place to get updated. And with that being said, that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.